Hey, hey, hey. Let's see here.
Salam alaikum.
Hey, everybody. I'm having technical feline issues, so hopefully the cat doesn't yank the cords out again. Hey, Coop. Hi, May Bristle Project. Today we're gonna tell a wonderful tale, but first, I think we have to count a very famous birthday today. Let's see. It is the birthday of Jay Chu, Taiwanese singer and producer known as the King of Mando Pop, who was born this day in 1979 in New Taipei City, Taiwan. Anybody else got a birthday? Alrighty. Uh, Everything I say for the remainder of this. And let's get started. How Coyote got his wife. There once lived an old witch who had two beautiful daughters. But any time a man went to court these women, they were never seen again. Coyote was warned not to go near these women. But Coyote couldn't see how getting some pum pum from such visually stimulating women could be so bad. He wasn't no sissy ass bitch after all, and had seen enough terrors in his life that he couldn't fathom three women could be that dangerous. So Coyote went to find the woman and her two daughters. Coyote met the old woman and found her pleasant enough, especially when she invited him to stay the night and sleep between her two daughters to keep warm. So the old woman turned off the lamps. Everybody went to bed. Now one of the daughters had woke up. She had told Coyote that she wasn't truly that woman's daughter, but a prisoner. And she couldn't stoop down for him because of what the witch had done. The old witch had put teeth in their hoo-haws. The old woman was a witch, and she would invite men over to sleep with her daughters. But their sugar bowls would bite off the men's gym dogs, and they would die a terrible death. Then the witch would take all their shit and repeat the process. The other daughter began to stir awake, and she started to back that ass up on Coyote, telling him to give her some. Coyote started to bump and grind until her panty oyster opened up, and instead of his tunic serpent, he inserted a branch from the wood pile. This girl's cooter was shooting splinters like a wood chipper while she was purring all like a cat, talking about what a real man Coyote was, until she gnawed that limb to number 2 pencil size and her span flaps broke it plumb the fuck off. So Coyote grabbed an arrow next and rammed it up in there straight to her heart before her coochie teeth could snap it, and killed the pum pum toothed woman. Coyote then took the other girl home to marry. But how will you be able to marry me with my beaver teeth? Said the woman with the cooter teeth. Don't worry, said Coyote. I'll knock them out, which he did, all except one dull tooth, which he kept, 'cause he was kind of kinky like that. And that's really how Coyote got a wife. It's a very short story. But that brings us into some coyote amulets and folklore and materia magica that we're going to discuss. So what did we learn in the sacred story about how Coyote got a wife? We learned you don't trust women who hoe out their daughters, and the scratch and sniff test is a must. You got 10 fingers, but only one pocket gopher. So moving right along, a coyote baculum can be worn near your gym dog to protect you from women's vagina devil magic when regularly anointed with camphor and whiskey. And for those of you who don't know what a coyote baculum is, that's his dick bone. Coyote toe bones. 3 coyote toe bones can be placed in a dark bottle with dirt from an ant's nest, red pepper, black pepper, 9 wasps, and a razor blade, sealed and hung in a tree that borders a forest to a field, with a libation for Brer Coyote and a piece of cornbread left at the foot of the tree, with a prayer to Brer Coyote to seek out this person and torment them in whatever kind of way you deem fit. A coyote rib can be conjured and ground to powder and introduced into a person's food or drink to cause aches and pains and breathing malfunctions, allegedly. Coyote dookie and coyote poop can be used in workings of inflammatory confusion and general malevolent sorcery. Dried and powdered, it can be used in any crossing powder to invoke Brer Coyote's sorcery. A coyote eye can be kept in a small vial or bottle with moonshine that has caught the reflection of the full moon. This can be used for dream divination by praying the 23rd Psalm 3 times over the vial and placing it under your bed on a white plate with a piece of cornbread. A coyote head, they got a lot of virtues. They can be used to house familiar spirits or in rituals of warding or crossing, and to drive individuals insane. So, if you just happen to have need of a coyote head curse, what you'd need would be your Bible and a personal concern of the victim, a coyote head, some black cloth, 9 black candles, some sour old stank vinegar, some dirt from an anthill, and some of your spit. So, you obtain the coyote head and any article that has the scent of the person whom you wish to harm on it. And you get extra bonus points if you get someone's bloody tampon or pad, if it's a woman. Other than that, gym socks, hair, the usual, anything will work. So, some of the personal concern you shove up into the nostrils of the coyote head. If it's just like a few hairs, just shove them all in there. If it's something like a tampon, just take some clippings and just kind of stuff it up in there like some good German snuff or something. And the rest of it you can just stick in its mouth with a piece of raw pork. Then you take 9 black candles that you're going to dress in the vinegar, and you light them in a circle around the coyote head, and you're going to use the following verses from the Bible. So into the left ear of the coyote, you're going to say the verses of Deuteronomy 28, verses 13 through 14. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left to go after other gods to serve them. So after you've whispered this verse into the left ear of the coyote head, you're going to have a little paste made from that anthill dirt and some of your spit, and you're going to plug his ear closed. Moving on, for the right ear into the coyote head, you're going to whisper Isaiah 45, verses 5 through 7. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create the darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. And you're going to plug that ear with some of that paste again. So moving right along, when the candles have all burned up, you wrap that head in that black cloth and pray Psalm 59 over it 7 times. This head is then taken as close as possible to where the victim lives, unwrapped and buried under a tree or in the brush with the mouth pointing towards the person's home. The cloth it was wrapped in, that black cloth you used, you're going to take that now to a cemetery with 3 dimes and just tie that up in the cemetery branch and go home and take a bath. And if you want, some curses that are a little more simple and require less stringent work, you can always check out Black Magic for Kids, Volumes 1 and 2, and these are available on Amazon. So if you just happen to have a coyote skull hanging around like most of us do, you could always fix it up for protection. So you'd need a coyote skull and 2 round mirrors to cover the eyes. You would need Psalm 140 written in dragon's blood ink, some red cord, an old rusty knife, clay from a riverbank, anthill dirt again, a John the Conqueror root, a bird's nest, a rooster head, and some white cloth. So you powder the rooster head and the bird's nest and fill the cranial cavity with it, along with the psalm you've written down on the dragon's blood ink and the John the Conqueror root. You seal all the openings in the cranial cavity with the river clay, and using the same clay, sorry for the typo, you fix the 2 mirrors into the eye sockets, just kind of like ram them in there and clay them up. So then you place the knife in the mouth of the skull as shown, and just like that over there, laying across. And use that red cord to tie the mouth shut. So then you're going to wrap that skull in the white cloth and bury it at the foot of a willow tree and pray the 140th Psalm over it every day for 9 days. So pick a willow tree that's close that you don't have to go too far for. And after those 9 days, dig up that skull, resealing anything necessary with the river clay, like if your mirror fell out because it rained and softened it, let it just clay it back up like nothing ever happened. And then go hang that thing up on your porch when you get home to keep away thieves and evildoers and jive-ass turkeys all. Hi, Fire Pixie. So, coyote blood for virility. Some of the old folks, put a few drops in some whiskey to keep their man parts virile, give them some strong reptiles, but don't do that nasty ass shit. A coyote paw amulet can be prepared and carried like a rabbit's foot. It assists whoremongers, pimps, gamblers, pool sharks, etc. A coyote track can be scooped up, parched dry in an iron skillet, and mixed with burnt black pepper and ground deer antler. This powder is kept inside of a seashell and sealed with beeswax. This is where, then you put that work in a little red bag and tie it around your ankle to keep you from stepping on like witchcraft powders, goofer dust, or ants following you home, shit like that. So apparently, the Coyote candle has become pretty popular in Latin America. And there's a prayer that goes with the Coyote that some associate with a stone, as they call it, in the head, and others with the tooth. And I was taught about the tooth, which we mentioned in the video on narco conjure. But, so the prayer of the Coyote. Oh, Coyote, my beautiful little Coyote, from where the cosmic soul emerges, come to my aid. Please, I ask of you to grant me luck, love, protection, and free me from any enemies I may have. Beautiful little Coyote, by the virtue that God gave you, by the powerful talisman you carry on your head, lend it to me so that I can do whatever I want with it. Get out of prison, and in any game I play, I always win. Free me from any enemies I may have, and make every woman or man I desire fall in love with me, whether maiden or bachelor, widow or married. Beautiful little Coyote, I ask you in love, bring so and so, whoever you might have a soft spot or a hard spot for at the time, in love to me. I swear to you by the demonic spirits who are Samael, the dead, the white death and the black death, and the spirits that wander throughout the world, grant me all of my desires. I will repay all of your favors by loving you and fasting for you. So be it, so be it. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. And apparently, according to the directions, this prayer is to be done on Tuesdays at 12 noon and on Fridays a few minutes before midnight for 3 or more consecutive weeks. And there's other variations and whatnot. So if any of y'all are, not necessarily the most ethical or moral of folks, but you still need a little juju, apparently Coyote don't give a fuck. So might check out a Coyote candle or two, and they are available on Amazon. So how you gonna get some like coyote parts? So farmers kill coyotes all the fucking time. Like all the fucking time. And if you know a farmer, just be like, hey, I'm trying to do some taxidermy. Next time you shoot a coyote, can I have it? And they'll just be glad that someone else drags it off instead of them. If you just, needed the dick bone on the fly, you can always get some off of Etsy. They got lots of dick bones from various animals, skulls, rib bones, all those little bones and parts, even the paws you can get on Etsy. And lacking all of that, you just gotta get some roadkill, man. The glorious tradition of the buzzard. So no coyotes were harmed in the production of this video. And again, if you want a little more coyote lore, here, Bear Coyote appears in Dr. Corbeau's Feel Good Fun Time Medicine Show episode on narco conjure. And don't forget to get your chicken coop meth t-shirts and other Feel Good Fun Time stuff at drcorbeaux.myspreadshop.com. And that's the end of that shit. So let me come back and see what's going on. Fire Pixie didn't get her. There you go. You get one all for yourself. So we got any questions, comments, concerns, bitches, complaints, anything like that? Any news? All right. Y'all got till I finish this. Questions, comments, concerns, bitches, complaints. The phone line is open if you need to ask. Otherwise, I'm done. It's going to be a short episode today. But pretty soon we're going to have like some cannabis-laced inspirational talks and some feel-good fun time chicken coop meth news with Amelia Eggfart. Yeah, the catfish. That's Bethesda, my catfish. I also thought about using that as like my phone line. Wouldn't it be cool if I called y'all and your faces appeared in my little crystal ball? Wouldn't that be some shit? All right. Well, let's get on with it then.
What's up, bitch? Strange you don't give me money. Hey, give me money.
Follow me. Did you have any choice? You'll all follow me.